You know, one of the things that makes vlogging difficult in towns are some of the things you are seeing here. This guy is just walking innocently on a street in Kisumu City. I think it's in Kenya, Kisumu City. This guy is just walking, and then we have criminals coming and they are hitting him at the back, and he falls down unconscious, and they take the phone. A phone, bro, just a phone. A phone. Now imagine a vlogger carrying a camera worth $1,000. I've told you this camera is worth $1,000, and you are walking on this same street. You are vlogging and you are showing your camera. This man was not even showing the camera. He was just walking innocently. And I think the phone he was carrying, maybe it was cheap. It was just worth about 10,000 Kenya shillings, or about $100. Or maybe if it's too expensive, just $200 or $300. And they hit you at the back and you risk dying just because they want a phone. Now imagine a vlogger. Vlogging is very risky in towns, and that's why some of us just prefer living in the village. I've told you most of the places I walk in the village are very, very empty. You see, nobody's here. I'm all alone, and I enjoy taking these videos. That's why you see I bring videos back to back, because I enjoy doing it, whether people are watching or they are not watching. It is very easy, it is safe to do this. But when I used to vlog in town, you are walking afraid. You are very afraid. You don't know who is going to murder you. Like, for example, look at this old man. This Indian man. He's just walking innocently. This man has not even provoked anybody. He's just innocently walking to his house. Then people are coming on a motorcycle. Then they beat him. Then they take his belongings. Shopping, bro. He's just from buying bread for his family. Then they take maybe a bread and a phone. Bread and a phone, bro. Somebody rescue, and they have a gun. They have a gun, they are pointing the gun at you because they want to take bread and a phone. Bro, vlogging is difficult in town. I don't think it is safe for me to go that direction. I used to do it, by the way. I have a lot of videos in towns, but I used to see these things. Luckily, nobody ever came and then stole anything from me. But when you look at these things, you are afraid to vlog in town. Like, for example, there are so many cases. I have a video, for example, look at this one. Now look at this. This guy is walking, and then these guys on a motorcycle come, and these thieves are always on a motorcycle, bro. The thieves are always on a motorcycle. It's a new trick of stealing in Kenya. Now, what pains me the most is that these guys don't want to steal and leave you alive. They want to hit you at the back, and then you risk dying. You know, I have a healthcare background, and I understand how the head looks back there. I know the structures in the head, how the brainstem looks like back there. If somebody hits you back there properly, you risk dying. You can even die. No, now they come with a heavy metal, then they hit your head at the back just because they want a phone. A phone, bro. A phone. It's very dangerous to walk in the streets. It's very dangerous to vlog in the streets. I think it's just safe for me to do this kind of videos. It's very safe. Very safe. Even if nobody watches, there's no effort that I'm using. There's no effort. Completely no effort. The risk of dying in towns right now, it's very high if you are a vlogger. And if you go to private streets, most of those streets are not safe anymore. You go there with a camera, like I used to go and to show development. I used to show how governors were doing developments in cities. And then when you do that, you are in a private place. Maybe you've gone to show a certain street somewhere that the governor developed. And then you find criminals coming and they hit you at the back. Bro, they hit you at the back and then you die just because they want a phone. But now for me, I know they can go away with a good amount of money because they can take this camera, they can take my phone. Because I work with my laptop, they can take it. You see, it's very risky right now, very risky. That's why usually I encourage people to come back home. There's no competition at home. At home, everything is yours. Bro, you can see I'm walking here. Nobody is here. Nobody. This is my village. I always walk. Nobody is here. You are safe. It is you. A lot of people rent to towns. Life is very difficult in towns, and guys are there just doing criminal activities because life is so demanding and the money they have is not enough. So you find that some of these criminals are just even normal men. They are not even trained to be violent. They don't even intend to do it. But because they don't have money, they attack people in the streets and then they want to end your life. And this problem is not even limited to developing countries like Kenya. Even developed countries are facing this problem. Like recently, I was shocked when I read that we have phone snatchers in London. London is a developed place. Britain, Europe is developed. You cannot say that Europe is not developed. That place is developed. But you go there and you find that we have people on the streets stealing phones from other people. And you know what shocked me? You know, in Africa, we usually believe that whites are rich naturally. If you are a white and you are watching this, we usually believe that all whites are rich. So, you know, it's a surprise watching a video of two white young men on a motorcycle. They want to snatch a mobile phone from someone in the streets of London. London, bro. So when you see these things happening in places like Kisumu, Nairobi, here locally in Kenya, it is not because of tough economic times in middle income and lower income countries. It is also a problem that is affecting developed countries. People have financial problems. People are staying in cities and they are experiencing economic pressures. So the only option is to steal. And they still using any means possible. So if you are a vlogger, sometimes I pity vloggers who walk around in cities right now because it is risky, very risky. That is why sometimes I encourage people, come back to the village. Just learn how to make money online. Learn how to make money online and then come back to the village because village is peaceful. Village is peaceful. We don't have economic pressures. We don't have all these problems you have in town. You want to pay rent, you are struggling with public transport, you are struggling with water shortage, housing is a problem, until they start talking about affordable housing. You see, when they talk about affordable housing, we wonder, this is ancestral land that I have, and I've built on this land. And in Kenya, we have an advantage of not having to lease these things from the government. When you have ancestral land, it is yours, and it is yours for good. You are not leasing it from the government. You are not even paying property taxes on it. Everything is yours. So if you can make some money online and then sustain it, and then come back to the village, you can own things, your own things, until the day I will die. I will never pay taxes on this property because it is now my own property. I fully own it. African villages are good. If you can just find a way to make money, then come back to the village. It is the safest option. Instead of living at a place where you are always worried that your house will be broken into. I don't fear that my house will be broken into because everybody here is in their own houses. Everybody has planted maize. In fact, we are in the harvesting season. Everybody has maize right now. Nobody can complain of hunger. By the way, right now in my village, nobody can complain of hunger. There's too much maize. A lot of people have a lot of maize. We are in what we call inzikura. Inzikura is a situation where people are satisfied. People have enough food. People don't complain of hunger. Right now, people are not complaining of hunger. So nobody can just come and break into your house and start stealing. Towns are very complicated places to live. If you can just find a place to stay quietly, please do. But I know some of you like towns. But as I have always said, in this world, I believe, this is my philosophy, if you just want to live a good life, you don't need to be in a fast-paced place looking for money all the time. You need to have less worries because the more you look for money and rush, the more you spend it. Because if you live in a fast-paced place, you get money and you spend it. You get money and you spend it. And you live in this cycle of pressure. You always have to be looking for money, spending it, looking for money. There's no resting. But at home you rest. There's limited crime, bro. There's limited crime. You can just do your own things. I decided to go slow on my things. I know I don't get views on my videos right now. I get 200 views, 300 views, 500 views, sometimes even 100 views. Those videos that I used to vlog in town, I used to get 100,000 views, 50,000, 40,000, sometimes a million. But there's no resting. There's no resting. You realize that you are rushing, yes, you're trying to achieve everything, but there's no composure. There's no resting. But when you come back home, like right now I'm recording this video in a very quiet, peaceful place. I'm spending nothing. I'm just doing my own thing in a very quiet place. There's peace. And then I realized that in this world, this is what I came up with. And it's a philosophy that I now have, that you need less worries. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of resources. But that does not mean that you become lazy. That does not also mean that you should not go for your goals. Go for your goals. keep fighting. When you are here, you can keep fighting. You can invest in what other people are investing in, even in town. You see, somebody was telling me in one of my videos that I need to live in town to understand how money market funds works. I need to live in town to understand how to invest in bonds and treasury bills. You know, I looked at that guy and said, this guy believes that people who live in the village are very backward. They don't understand MMF. They don't understand how to earn. They don't understand how to invest their money in money market funds. They don't understand how to invest their money in cash investments. You know, somebody believes that you need to be in Nairobi to open a CDS account. And this is what I've been telling people. You can be enlightened and still be peaceful. You can be enlightened or still live in a peaceful place. But I understand some of these guys who are facing a lot of problems because they have to be in town. Like Indians don't own land. This Indian guy who was being attacked. These guys don't own land. They rent in town and they stay in quiet places in town. Now criminals are taking advantage of that, and I don't know how they can navigate that. For some of us who have ancestral lands, we can just go back home, build a house, and find a place to stay quietly. And these Nairobians should stop this mentality of thinking that if you live in a village, you are not going to think. They don't remove your brain. You know, if you live in Nairobi and you are a clown, you will remain to be a clown. If you live in Nairobi and you don't know how to expand your opportunities, you will continue to suffer. Some of you have lived in the city. You've never achieved anything significant. You are still struggling. You are jobless in the city. You don't know how to expand your mind and earn more money, even in a remote place. So being in the city does not actually help you. What helps you is your brain. And I usually tell people that if you live in the city and you can make money in the city, you can still make money at home still. If you live in the city and you are open to opportunities, not physical opportunities, I mean any opportunity that you can access. Even if you live away from Nairobi, you can still utilize those opportunities. People are lying to you that when you stay away from the city, that you will become backward, you can't make money, you cannot progress. Bro, I trade also. I trade also. And people who live in town also trade. So somebody believes that you need to stay in town to use a computer. To use a computer and I have strong internet connection. When you see me uploading videos on YouTube regularly, I have 50 Mbps download and upload speeds. I am open to opportunities when I'm here. If you can choose to live in a peaceful place, bro, just choose peace. You know, it feels sad to see people in town struggling to look for money, and then you see people in the streets, people have resorted to become criminals. You are walking in the street and somebody is hitting your head with a metal. You die just because that person wants $100. Just because that person wants your phone. Why can't they just take your phone and go away? It all comes down to life pressures. These guys are looking for money. These criminals want money. Some of them become criminals because life is so difficult. And it is because they don't want to go back home. They are living in the city. They are looking for money. And we have made them think that if you live in the city, that's the only way you can make money. And if they fail to make money, they resort now to stealing. And stealing in a very violent way. Please, if you are in town and you are not making any progress and you have ancestral land, please come back home. If you are a young man and you are always on a computer and you make all your money on a computer and you don't even walk a lot in town and your village is not a very bad place, kindly go back. You see, ever since I started recording from there up to right now, I have not seen anybody. I have not seen anybody up to this point. But I'm peaceful. I'm peaceful, bro. There is a lot of peace in your home. Kindly go back home. If you can't make money in town, don't hit people with the metal at the back of their heads. You will kill people. You will kill innocent people. People are doing businesses. They have employed people. You are killing businesses. Kindly don't engage in those activities. Come back home. You can do farming, or if you have some knowledge, you can engage in copywriting. You can engage in data analysis. You can leverage AI to do so many things. You can do YouTube the way I'm doing like this. You can earn from Facebook. You can do trading. You can do so many things, bro. You don't have to suffer in town. Thank you for listening to me. This is Gidia Kali, and we shall meet again in another video. Peace.